Michael. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good, good. Great to talk to you.
Right on.
You know, I got to tell you, we're excited about the new single. It's been kicking ass out there and starting to hit radio everywhere.
Yeah, right on. We're excited, too. I'm really stoked. It's our first time, going to Active Rock Radio, and so far, so good.
It is, it is. We're letting everybody know to request it out there and get, Dance with Death on all the radios across the nation.
Oh, cool. I appreciate that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, we're excited about the album. Now, what's the release date plan for that?
Right now it's October 30th in North America.
I love that, right in time for Halloween there.
Yeah, and I say that because we're kind of working on something for outside North America, and I'm not sure if it's going to affect the North American date or not, but we're planning on October 30th.
Great, great. Now I know you guys have been amazingly hard-working band, touring all the time. You guys have done like some nonstop touring.
Oh, yeah.
So I know, what's ahead for you guys now?
Well, I think that we are fielding offers for tours right now. I mean, the biggest goal for this record is to take the band worldwide.
Yes.
I think a lot of bands get stuck in just doing America, and I think that's a mistake. So that's why we kind of just did our first European tour with Korn and with Snot in July to start that up. But I know we're fielding offers. I don't know if we're going back to Europe first, or we're going to start in America, or where we're going to start, but we're kind of working on that now.
Great. That's good to know, because, I mean, it's incredible, because when you guys come out on the stage, you guys got this incredible energy that you give out. We had the experience with you guys last year here at the DNA Lounge in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Blew us away. Now, do you guys do any type of pre-show ritual together to harness that energy?
The guys do. I'm kind of separate from them. I do my own ritual that starts hours before the show, and since I've always walked on stage before the guys, how I started with the accordion.
Yes.
I'm always by myself, but they do their own thing where they kind of get together, and they always do some kind of they put their hands in a circle, and they have somebody calls out some word that they all go 1, 2, 3, and they say the word or the phrase or something, and I always miss it because I'm not there, but it's always something really funny. So
I love
that's what those guys do. Me, I'm always warming up and getting ready. It takes me about 3 hours to get ready to walk on stage. So I'm in my own world.
That is cool. That is cool, because it's neat to see, because we saw you guys last year again, and I can't wait for you guys to come back again, because it's, what I love is when you're out there and you see somebody who goes to your show, they haven't heard of you or seen of you, and at the end they're just like, oh my God, where have you been? I love that. That's what you guys bring.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It is.
What I love is I noticed, from all the touring on the first album cycle was we were playing shows and people were smiling. It wasn't the, metal bands up there and people are getting angry and getting aggro. They were smiling and having a good time. It was just such an odd reaction and something that I've come to love, and now that's our goal, to make people smile when we play.
That is that's a perfect comparison, because that's what we saw too, is that people are in the moment too. That's the neat thing is when you see them putting their phones down, and they're just there and experiencing it. I love that.
Hell yeah.
And that's what you guys do. Now, you guys were working on a video recently for the Dance with Death.
Yeah, we just shot it on Sunday. It's being edited now. I have no idea what the storyline is or anything. I just did my parts, and I've seen a couple clips of what the director did, and so just to show us some lighting, and it's really rad. We're doing with a guy named Casey Tebow, who's actually won an Emmy, and he's done stuff with Aerosmith and Black Veil Brides and all kinds of stuff. So he's really, an intelligent director, so I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Oh, that's going to be cool. It's going to be a surprise for all of us.
Yeah, exactly. We'll all see it together at the same time.
I love it. Now, what the neat thing about you guys is you guys have this great fan connection with all your evil seeds, as they're called. And I've got to just congratulate you on that, because a lot of bands, the social media came out, and sometimes they try to get involved, but you guys really are there for your fans. And how is it when you guys meet them and they share stories about how your music's changed them or helped them?
Well, it's odd, because I can't really say it's because of us. I mean, people just seem to, being a nothing band we started a couple of years ago, they just, after a couple shows, they started gravitating towards us, and they made it easy for us to just be the type of people we are. We like to talk to people, we like to be cordial and hang out. So since they were coming up to us and emailing us, and we were like, all right, cool, so we'll just join the party. It was very simple, very natural. It wasn't predetermined to be that way. And the guys in my band like to be cool with people, so
Yeah.
And you know, like last week, I just got an email from someone who saw us in Texas somewhere, and they told me that, you know, their friend who had just passed the cancer, you know, he saw Sunflower Dead with his friend, and it was his friend's last show, and it was such a great memory for them because they loved the band, and they were so excited because we were so cool to them afterwards, and you know, it's cool. You know, and he just thanked us for that, and you know, and that was his friend's last metal memory, and I was like, wow, it's really impressive, you know.
That is.
I was touched by it, so, you know, I shared it with all the people that work for us, and I said, you know, I know we get caught up in the business of Sunflower Dead, but at the end of the day, this is why we do it, you know, this connection with the fans. And
it's interesting because that really shines through with your music. You guys have the passion for the music, and why you do it comes out so honest, and I think that's why everybody does gravitate towards you guys. And the neat thing is you guys are out there after your sets. You're out there with everybody, you know, supporting the other bands also, and talking to people, and I applaud you guys for that.
Cool. I mean, there really is no other way to be, especially with like you said, supporting the other bands is important. I mean, you know, everybody's up there doing their thing. I've always felt that it's not a competition. It's more like, you know, there's room for us, there's room for them. Let's go rock out and give everybody a good show. And I don't know, just kind of how we are. I would assume, though, you know, like I was talking to Jonathan Davis, who actually appears on the new record, and I was asking him, like, when they went from a new band and they could go out in the audience, what was it like when they had to switch over to, you know, when they couldn't go out in the audience because they just were too big and it would cause too much mayhem? And he said it was hard for him because that's how they were, too. They wanted to hang out, but it just was too hard. And, you know, I said, what, did fans get, like, disappointed when you couldn't go out anymore? He's like, of course. He's like, but what are you going to do at that point? You know, I mean, obviously we're not there yet, but, you know, it was an interesting conversation we had.
That is true. That is hard because, I mean, they become so part of that process of being there for the other fans and all for the music, and that's what the best part of it is.
Yep.
You know, and now what is something like, I know the music industry has had tremendous changes in the last, you know, decade or so, but what is something that you would like to see change in the music industry and we can all help with?
You know, I'd like to see the fans of rock and metal really rise to the occasion and really support the bands, you know, by buying stuff. Because other genres, country, pop music, hip-hop, those fans are buying their records. I mean, honestly, nobody's buying as many records as before, but they are still selling records. And you know, they've done studies, and rock and metal fans are the most loyal fans to their bands over time. But I'd like to see them step up to the plate because if they want the quality music, you know, they have to feed the system. That's what I would like to see change. As far as the industry, I mean, the industry is what it is.
Yeah.
It was one thing 10 years ago. It is what it is now. Who knows where it's going? But if the fans are there to always support the bands, it's always going to be good.
That's true, and definitely have them, you know, come out to the live shows. We can't stress it enough with all our audience. You know, you get out to the live shows, you support your bands, you buy their merch, and that's all you got to do. Just be part of there and enjoy it. And it's their way of, you know, it's their way of thanking you guys for what you're doing. Right. You know, and that's an important thing. You know, we're looking forward to the album release, definitely, and excited to hear about tour dates and everything. And lastly, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience and your fans?
Let's see. I've been talking about this a lot. I'm almost to the point where I can announce who it's going to be with. But, you know, Sunflower Dead was a short story that I had written before there was a band. That's where the name came from. And so when we got to this album cycle, we got with new management, and I explained to them what it was, and they said, well, why don't we make the graphic novel for this? And they actually paired me up with a really esteemed horror author. He's done huge stuff, huge movies. And so him and I are going to be writing, probably in the next couple of weeks, the graphic novel storyline together, and then we're going to debut it at next year's Comic-Con. So Sunflower Dead will only be a band, but you also see the short story, and then maybe one day you'll see a Sunflower Dead movie. I don't know, but that's where we are now.
That is so exciting. That is going to be so cool to see all the whole story and the characters come to life in that. That's going to be badass. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah, me too. That'll be a lot of work, but I can't wait till it's like in my hands, you know?
Yeah, and I've got to tell you, the neat thing is I'll never forget the moment we saw you. It was the last year when you did the Police song, the Every Breath You Take, and you guys made that your own in such a way. That is on our list of our top cover remix songs.
Every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake.
Nice. That's really cool. Yeah. You know what? I absolutely love, or everybody loves that original song. If they don't, they're probably nuts. But,
Yeah.
you know, I love what we did with it because I feel the same way. We did make it our own, and it also was one of the things that's very natural. It seemed to just work. And it's a staple on our show. You know, I know some people, we've had play some, you know, some heavier bands, and they kind of go, why are you doing a ballady type thing? But to me, it's a staple. I'll tell you what, that song has sold us more CDs. It's unbelievable.
It is incredible. I mean, everybody just is like taken aback, and it's like, oh, hell yeah. I love that.
Nice.
We love that. We're looking forward to everything, and we're going to touch base with you, you know, later on and find out about the tour dates, and we'll keep telling everybody, request the Dance with Death on the radio play, and we'll share all the social media sites.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Have a great weekend, Michael.
You too. Good talking.